Hi everyone, this is Messianic News Channel. I have a special teaching to share with all of you today. There's an old saying that says that a picture says more than 1,000 words. I just want to welcome you to look at this picture. It says so much. On one side of the picture, you can see what used to be the picture of a Christian society. Father created man and woman for his glory. He wanted family, a healthy home to raise children, a moral society. This is how you build a civilization. But a society that rejects the Almighty, that rejects biblical values, cannot stay void. The Bible says that when people get delivered, if they go back to sin, 7 worse demons come, and the state of that person is worse than at the beginning. The Western civilization used to be once upon a time a Christian or Bible-based civilization. Now they are completely destroying all these pillars. They are destroying all of these values. But that void needs to be filled with something. It cannot remain empty. We are vessels containing the Almighty's light. According to the scriptures, we are the clay, He is the potter. We are vessels in His hands. So we are either full of light or full of darkness. So what's happening with this society, as you look to the other picture, a picture that shows you a society in a state of degradation, sodomy, fornication, transgenderism, so many evil things. And you cannot base a society on that. In the first picture, you see happy couple getting ready, to get married, and they had biblical values. Their mission was to glorify Elohim, to glorify Yeshua, to live a moral life and to raise a holy family. But as society is kicking Elohim out of the picture and the Bible, throwing the Bible down the window, and politicians are changing the laws, then they are creating a void, and that void is getting filled up with demonic power. And demonic power is about destroying. So out of the transgenderism and fornication, LGBT movement, you have completely broken marriages, completely broken societies. You have mothers raising kids by themselves, kids growing without a father, without a mother, mothers that have one kid with one guy, another kid with another guy. Everyone is confused. The children don't know what's a real dad. They don't know what's a real mother either. So we have a broken society. Right now, in most Western countries, divorce rate is to the roof. Like most people in the streets, they are in their second or third marriage, if they even marry, like now they have free unions that are like so many inventions nowadays. It's very sad what's happening. I remember a story talking to my grandma. She told me that back in the 1920s, she didn't even go to high school. The deal back then was she knew how to read, write, basic things about history, basic things about morality, but she was basically trained to be a wife and a mother. And my grandpa, he also told me, like back in those days, 1920s, 1930s, like there were no video games, didn't have time to spend it on internet or social media or video games. That's a waste of time. By the age of 17, men knew how to be men, how to raise a family, how to be a husband, how to be a father. And what's the result of those values? A marriage that lasted for 50 years. But right now in modern society, men don't even know what's the meaning of being a man. Women have completely lost the idea what's the meaning of being a woman. How can you be a father? How can you be a mother? Since Adam and Eve came out of the Garden of Eden, going back to ancient civilizations, divorce was always like around 1%. Throughout the Middle Ages, 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, it was always very, very low. That was the foundation of a civilization. Children needed dad, needed mom. They needed some good morals. Those were essential pillars. Whether you were in Japan or China or the Aztec Empire or the Babylonian Empire or Israel or ancient Israel, those were the basic pillars. Ancient Israel was filled with Elohim, but Israel was a moral nation. Now, when Israel abandoned Elohim, they got filled with the demonic power and they began to do child sacrifice and extortion and raping and a lot of evil things, the product of demonic powers. It's time to expose darkness. Stay tuned and be sober because we are in the end of days and many things are changing. So thanks for listening. This is Messianic News Channel. Shalom to all.